Hey, we're live. This is Eve from DetoxTheBodyMCS.com. Also the author of this amazing book, Detox with Ease. It's 90 very short, easy to read pages that gives you the overview of all of the toxins, how they affect you, how to avoid them. It's this big, huge, complicated subject, but I broke it down into very small pieces. It's on Amazon under my last name, HENNESS. Okay. It should be in the link below, but it's not. Sorry. So I just wanted to talk about red light therapy. I'm a huge fan of red light therapy. I recover from chemical sensitivity. I did not have red light therapy at the time, but I do have a theory that if you have a chronic illness of any kind, that this will hugely speed up your healing of your chronic illness. I got it because I was having some issues with my knees. You know, I'm a dancer. I dance like 5-6 days a week, and my knees started getting swollen, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting old and I have to stop dancing. And then I tried red light for 2 weeks, and my knees were never swollen again. And that was like 4 years ago. Not only that, like any little ache and pain I might have had, I don't have. I was very seriously injured 1 year and 2 months ago, and I definitely credit this amazing, you can't see it, it's right here. Oh, there it is. Red light therapy for regenerating my brain and my spine. And so it's been proven by the NIH, National Institute of Health, to reverse Alzheimer's. So if something reverses Alzheimer's, what that's telling you is that it's very good for your brain. It's healing for your brain, because Alzheimer's is just like lots of deficits in your brain. So if you can go from being completely out of it to, you know, having your brain working again, that's telling you very regenerative for the brain. It's FDA approved to regenerate collagen. And so the brain is largely made up of collagen. And so are the joints, and so is the skin. You can pay $80 or $100 to go to the dermatologist and get red light therapy, you know, to anti-age your skin. You know, it doesn't completely reverse it till you go back to like being like 20, but you know, I don't know, I use it, but I can't really say what I would feel like now if I didn't. So I'm going to tell you how I use it, and I'm going to read a little bit from somebody else's article. It's, you know, I don't prepare a lot of information because I'm super busy. But here's my red light that I have. You can buy it in the link below. Mine's the Juve. You can get really small ones. I'm going to tell you why I got this one. It's huge. You plug it in. It's near infrared and LED. So when you plug it in, certain of them don't look like they're lighting up. That's because they're near infrared and you can't see it. But the two spectrums do something different. So I think it's better, you know, to have more, right? Americans, a roll. And the two different kinds of wavelengths do two different things. So, and one more thing I want to say, it's very important before you buy this. I've talked a few of my friends into buying this, just like I talked them into buying crypto. You have to have a plan of how you're going to use it, because here's the thing: you can buy a treadmill, you can buy supplements, you can buy any amazing product, but if you don't use it, it's not amazing. And this product you need to use on a regular basis, you know, several times a week. You know, if you really, after you get well and you want to maintain, I think you can just do it once, but I mean, so is something that needs improving, right? So what I do is I do like some yoga in front of it in the morning, you know, and a little meditation. My friend, she had hers. When they tell you this, they say like hang it on the door, but I'm not going to be standing in front of my door for 8 minutes. I just won't do it. I don't have 8 minutes for standing in front of the door, and I think I would be bored after like 30 seconds. And when something is hard, it's very hard to get it into a habit, unless you're going to die or something, and then it's easier. But if you don't have a high motivation to implement a practice, you can do it. I used to even have it in my bed. I have a friend, he broke his neck, and I'm like, he actually had the thing, he just didn't use it. It's like, put it in your bed next to you. When I first got mine, I still used to get some very low energy, and I will just put it in the bed and like turn it on. And the red light therapy of this caliber actually puts energy into your body, ATP, the same energy we get from the sun and the plants and the food. And then there's almost nothing that puts energy in your body or increases your energy. Also help with your mitochondria. So when I used to do that, I would be like laying there, and then, you know, in about 5 minutes, I just feel like, hey, I feel like doing something. So almost every illness has low energy as a component of the illness. Like, you know, because you're drained, so your body is taxed, you know, whatever the burden of when you get sick, you lie in bed. It's just natural. You don't get up and go running because your energy is low, because your body needs everything it's got to try to repair. So that's why I personally think this could pretty much heal everything. If you study any illness you have, go put in there that illness and in red light, and you'll see that there's probably been a study, and it probably greatly improved the condition. Same with like stem cells, right? You can just study, and they're like, oh, we had, even though I don't have tons of studies on that, the ones that they do have are greatly improved. So it heals arthritis, you know, any little ache and pain you have. It gives you energy. So energy also with mood, because it's kind of like a channeled form of this beneficial red rays from the sun. So, I mean, it would be very hard to sit in front of the red light and be like depressed. I think it has a lot to do with why I've really been very happy for the past couple of years. And I learned math. I learned a lot of very hard things, which I used to not be able to do. I had my memory improved by like 10 times. I think a big thing of it is the red light, because it's proven to reverse Alzheimer's. So that means it's giving your brain more connectivity, more health, more vibrance. I'm just going to read a few things from the article. But basically, red light does everything. It's good for capillary action. It's good for lymphoma, cancers, lymphatic drainage. So that means detox. It actually kind of like wakes up your blood vessels. So that's amazing for health. I give this to my friend. She had back pain. Oh, that's what I was telling you before. So my friend had serious back pain, and also she's depressed. And I was like, yeah, you gotta get the red light. She spent all this money on it, and I was like, are you using it? I could tell she wasn't using it because I could hear it in her voice. She'd be like, hello. And I was like, that's not the voice of somebody who sat in front of the red light today. And she'd be like, no, I don't want my cat hair to get in. I'm like, you spent all this money, you know, don't worry about your cat's cat hair. I've knocked mine over so many times. So also, you know, so this is about planning how to use it. So then she will be like, oh, you can't hang it from the door. You're not going to stand there. It's just not human nature. It's just like treadmills. Like you have to be like, okay, 8 o'clock, I'm going to watch my favorite TV show and get on the treadmill. Like you need these other things in place, these anchors and reminders and triggers, so that you can form a habit to actually do the red light. That's why I'll never buy any of these handheld devices. There's a lot of them for the skin, which work, but who's going to sit there like this? They'll just be like one more thing on your list. So I kill a bunch of birds with one stone. Sometimes I'll sit and eat in front of it, or whatever. So I have mine on the floor. I have mine moving around. If I do like lay down meditation, sometimes I'll put it on that side. Let's see. So this is for her back. So she was a Muslim. I'm like, you know, when you do your Quran reading, like sit in front of that red light, you know. I mean, optimally, you do all of your different sides, but even getting she needed her on her back, and which she is way better, even the all that she's used. She's fine now, actually. And she was very bad for a really long time. You know, you're getting energy, so it's going to help your whole body, even if you don't optimize getting it everywhere. You know, it's hard to optimize anything, but the most important thing is to be consistent rather than optimal. Okie doke. Let me read this. I'm going to like skip a whole bunch. It's about lower back pain. So you can definitely get rid of lower back pain. But I wanted to get into a little bit more of the science. Okay, the science behind red light therapy. Red light, also called low-level laser therapy. So there was a lot of articles done by Harvard, and they call it low-level laser therapy. So even a lot of lasers that we use now is based on red light. These Harvard studies were from like 30 years ago. So it's totally legit science. It's FDA approved. It's not just like some kind of random thing. Revolutionary. It is totally revolutionary. Like I've done red light. I started, never gone back. You know, I might miss it a week here or a week there, but it's helped my body so much and given me such strength, energy. It's good for sports. You know, I was an athlete before I got injured a year and a half ago. We'll be an athlete again, but hopefully. But you know, it gives you better sports performance, better muscle recovery. Back pain, back pain, back pain, back pain. Okay. Low-level laser therapy is a popular therapy to manage pain caused by osteoarthritis, spinal disorders, muscle tears, bone breaks, and connective tissue problems like tendonitis. How can a shining red light on an area relieve my pain? Some relief comes from the gentle, soothing warmth. And they just go on about soothing warmth, which causes your muscles to relax, which is very healing for your joints and whatnot. Red light and near-infrared light therapy use LED bulbs to deliver specific wavelengths of light that penetrate the skin for therapeutic benefit at the cellular level. Specifically, the human body is highly responsive to the wavelength spectrum of light within the therapeutic window of 630 and 850 nm. I guess that's nanometers. So when I bought this one, this is the Juva, I studied like very deeply, and I ended up buying this one. It's the one I promote because I know it has the proper wavelength, the proper strength, and all that. I just did payments for like a year. Didn't even notice. Red light treats pain by supporting and amplifying the body's natural healing mechanisms. This includes cellular energy. Red light stimulates mitochondrial functioning in cells. As light photons enter the body's tissues, they become absorbed in cells' mitochondria, which are the energy centers within each of the trillions of cells in the body. So anything that's going to energize your mitochondria is going to cause a healing reaction in your body. Inside the cells, the photon energy is converted to something called adenosine triphosphate, ATP, which provides energy that drives many cellular processes. I mean, basically that's the energy that we get from food or the sun is ATP. And any illness or condition or even tiredness or even aging is like diminished energy. Okay, next thing, reduce inflammation. Cellular health leads to the secondary primary function of LLT, low-level laser therapy, reducing inflammation, which is the immune system response to injury or infection. If we didn't have inflammation, wounds would not heal, and we would have succumbed to any pathogen that entered our body. So thanks for sharing your knowledge. I shared this link with the red light devices with someone. Yeah, it's energy. Energy is amazing. Like it will heal depression. You're depressed. You sit in front of a red light, you're like, depression is just a lot of low energy. I mean, of course, you start feeling depressed because when you're tired, everything is hard, which is exactly the same symptoms as depression. Like chronic fatigue and depression are almost exactly the same. Only maybe in chronic fatigue, you're not particularly upset over anything. When depression, maybe you're just more melancholically predisposed. I mean, I had systemic depression for like 20 years, and I don't have it at all. I mean, at all. Okay, stem cell. Okay, yeah, share this link with your friends. I mean, most people, they're going to find it hard to believe, you know, but you just have to go try it. You can go to it, like a lot of tanning salons have red light. That's how I started, which isn't even the same high quality as this one. But my knees were fine after 2 weeks. That was a miracle. I literally thought I was going to have to stop doing the thing I loved. And then I went on to learn kickboxing. So knees are very good. Okay. Reduce inflammation. So basically, as you know, every illness is related to inflammation, and all health and wellness and longevity is connected with reduction of inflammation. So reducing inflammation in your body is amazing. Acute inflammation occurs when you sprain or your ankle or twist your back. Yet, even though inflammation is part of healing, certain factors can amplify the inflammatory response to the point where the body starts attacking itself. For instance, when inflammatory immune system proteins known as cytokines become destructive to the normal healthy cells, the result is tissue damage and even stronger inflammatory response, a vicious cycle. All right, stem cell activation. Stem cells are vital to the body's ability to heal, seemingly magical in their function. Stem cells are non-specialized cells that are present throughout the body. Low-level laser therapy, which is red light therapy, activates these amazing stem cells and in the process effectively supports the healing process. So when you start using this red light, like why would I be smarter? Why would I have more energy? Like I was literally like kickboxing with like 25-year-old male athletes, and they would be getting tired. And I'd be like, oh, let's go. After like an hour. Of course, I would come home, I'd be very tired, but I really have a lot of stamina and energy, and it's like everything's activated, all these stem cells. Increase collagen production. Collagen is the main component of the skin, but that's not all. This fibrous protein is also present in all muscle and connective tissue throughout the body. If muscle or connective tissue is damaged, it needs collagen to form a lattice work of cells that stitch and separate the separated tissues together. Red light laser therapy stimulates collagen production, thereby assisting healing. So the collagen is what's, when you get a cut, it's coming back together. So it speeds up wound healing. If you have any kind of diabetes or slow healing. All right, then it talks about back pain. Anyway, it will. I'm not a very serious back injury, so sometimes in my back, I still need more than red light for it. It was very serious. I thought I was going to be paralyzed for life. Like it was so bad. So I'm not saying I can heal every single thing, but I think if I had not been doing red light, I also got a brain injury at the same time, that I would not be, I can actually do anything, even though I have a little bit of injury. I can still do anything, just that I shouldn't until I'm completely healed. I made a stem cell therapy. I'm getting the stem cell therapy. So I was like, with the red light and the stem cells, like my body is very much regenerating. And, just from healing this chronic illness. And I had a couple of other illnesses also that I cured, but this chemical sensitivity was really a kicker. And got so, into healing that, after I got well, I just keep healing more and more. So now I'm just into everything regenerative, optimal health, performance, vitality, and feeling as good as possible at all times. I'm going to read another day about, lymphoma and other studies. I just wanted to read, this is some of the basic stuff for pain. This article was about back pain, but I thought it had some good overview of how red light works, that it's FDA approved, it's studied, and give it a try. If you do get one that's not this one, make sure it has the right amount of joules and the right wavelength, because there's the therapeutic dose. Probably any red light is good for you, but if you want like very serious healing and very serious energy production, you want to get a good one. You can get a little tiny ones, which is good, but even then you have to think how you're going to use it. Like some people, like my parents, like my dad has lymphoma. This is FDA like studied to reverse lymphoma, but most people are not going to want a technology they learned about on YouTube. Most people want to hear it from their doctor, and my concussion doctor doesn't even know anything about red light. And I was I mean, I think if I did not use a red light therapy with my brain injury, I would not be talking this fast for sure. You know, most people are not open to this kind of therapies, but you just have to refer. It's FDA approved. Even though I still send my dad those articles and stuff, but he still doesn't use it. But that's okay. That's how most people are. But for those of us who really are like healing fanatics and we really want to get well and I just don't accept illness. And I didn't accept like, oh, when I had the chemical sensitivity, like, okay, you're just going to have to stay in your house for the rest of your life and avoid chemicals, which means avoid everything. I just couldn't accept it. It felt the same way when I get these injuries. I was like, I'm going to just keep going until it's completely healed. So lymphoma, it's good for blood circulation. It's amazing for the blood system, which would mean the heart. It's good for the brain. Eyesight, be reversing for the macular degeneration. The blue light, so maybe you'll get like a teeth whitener and will be like blue light. And there's other blue light for skin, but that's for acne. Because the blue light is like, it kills bacteria mostly and kills germs. Like you have an ultraviolet light and it kills germs. So that's what that's for. But the red light is just giving energy to your body, and you can really notice a difference. All right, that said, get your red light in, but think of how you're going to use it before you use it. I do yoga. I do meditation every day, 8 a.m. I think I have the link there. You can join my program. I do 8-minute abs. Wim Hof breathing. I also do my red light in front of Wim Hof breathing. I just try to have a few different times a day while I'll have it set up. Actually, when I do arm weights, I'll have the red light on my legs. And because, unless you get the really big one that you're getting your whole body, you want to get different parts of your body. I believe it goes into your brain, like through your eyes, because the skull is very hard. So it would go in through your eyes. You can have your eyes open or closed with this, and also like the temples of your body. It's softer here. But the near infrared light does penetrate, I do believe, 10 centimeters, which is about that much. So will possibly go through your skull. I'm not sure about that. Does anybody have any experience with red light? Put your link in below. And so also when you go outside to get regular sunlight, these are wavelengths from the sun. So it's one reason why sun is so beneficial, but this doesn't have any radiation. Like you could sit in front of that for 2 hours and you wouldn't be burnt. And you wouldn't, the machine itself, even though it's called low EMF, if you're very EMF sensitive, it's a pretty high-powered machine. I use it with my grounding rock that I created. You can get a grounding pad, but I created a grounding rock. I just have like a grounding cord that's like copper wired around the rock. So I try to be grounded while I'm using any electrical device, but especially this. Anything with like a big old plug is going to be high EMF. I used to be very EMF sensitive, and now I walk around with this phone in my hand all the time, which is really horrifying to people who are high EMF. Like I couldn't even stand to watch that before. And I don't think it's good to do that. But, when you don't notice the bad effects of something, it's very hard to change your behavior around them. But I couldn't even be on my computer hardly for several years. So I healed from that too. A lot of that was with the grounding. And I think just healing the nervous system, Wim Hof breathing, red light, grounding, relaxing, eating better foods, mushrooms, mushroom powder. I never took the hallucinogenic ones, but I won't say never, but not for a long time. Superfoods, like if the body is healing and it's the nervous system, and also, if you're hypersensitive like I am, you have to really learn how to navigate that. All right, get your red light, smash the likes. Thanks for comments. Put any comments below. Share the video, and let me know if there's any subjects that you want to talk about. And let me know if I talk too fast or if I should be more prepared. I'm gonna keep just trying to do these wing it videos because I got so much to do. I'm just like shoving it in the cracks. But I do realize that I have a lot of knowledge and healing knowledge that a lot of people need, and I want to be available for that. The red light therapy is like, it's my number one. My number one, I honestly think will cure anything really. What wouldn't it cure? I mean, they're using it in teeth. That's the healing. The blue light is for like a whitening, but the red light is for actually healing the tissues. So now they have like dental laser therapy. I'm gonna go look into it because I really don't ever want to get my teeth drilled ever again.